Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk. It's just a little intro music. That shit go hard, don't it? Oh, I might have to cut this short. I thought Fat Mama was asleep for the night. I thought. Wait a minute. Let me turn this shit off for a minute. Gotta listen to the baby monitor. Okay, I don't hear nothing. She good. She good. I've trained her like most mothers or grandmothers. You know, when you have the care of your child or your grandchild, you have to, whether you're the primary caregiver or babysitter or whatever, you have to follow the formation and get your children on a schedule to, when to sleep, not to be up all night. And for you newbies, don't ever let the house just be so silent because they're asleep. It has to be some type of background noise. I learned that from my children, because if you do, you're going to catch hell and you're going to pay for it. Not to have music blasting and blaring and people cussing each other out, and you got folks drinking and smoking weed and everybody acting crazy, which a lot of households, a lot of people grew up like that. No disrespect. If you did, it wasn't your fault. But I'm saying, when you have children, for those of you that know what I'm talking about, when you have it so quiet, they're going to be used to so quiet. So my voice, which is loud, and she's on another level, but I do have the baby monitor with me. If I go in the kitchen and start cooking dinner for tomorrow, I have to have the baby monitor with me if I've laid her down for the night. Now it's 12 something. It's a new day. Dang, Christmas is almost here. I can't wait to take videos of my fat mom and the twins just tearing paper off because they don't even understand what it is. Because really, well, we've decided to let them know that that's just a paganistic holiday. And we're going to rename it Family Day, because just like Mother's Day, should nobody set aside a day for you to honor your mother, or Father's Day to honor your father, when you should honor them anyway if they're alive, if they were in your life and they were good to you, or whoever that figure was that was a mother, paternal or maternal figure that was in your life that, was there for you. It shouldn't be a day set aside, or their birthday, or this and that, when you just acknowledge them. You should acknowledge them every day. Not saying you got to give them gifts every day and throw money at them like they're a stripper, but, just to always, I don't go a day without texting my children or talking to them. If I don't see them, they get upset. I realized my son told me yesterday, or the day before yesterday, he said, "Mom, I ain't even heard from you." Well, I know he's a working man. He got a full plate, got a lot of stuff on his hand. And I got his baby with me all the time. He got to pay nobody. And I wish he would have to pay. How dare you, if you're a grandparent and you charge your kids to keep them? Unless, if you're down on your luck and you ain't got no money, then you should just tell them, hey, and if they know what's up with you. If you ain't got no money, no income, then you move in with them. That's even better. Cook and clean for them. You ain't got to be an indentured slave, but it's nothing more better than to take care of your grandchildren. Especially, you know what's going on with them. And on your watch that no molestation or anything. Now, kids can hurt themselves and fall down and get a boo-boo, as they call it, on their knee when they first learn how to ride their little tricycles or training wheels, whatever, or just running. Things like that are normal. But getting back to having a house silent night, like the song Silent Night. No, it has to be some type of background noise where there's talking, but not like loud, crazy cursing and screaming at each other, or you cursing and screaming out somebody on your social media. But the point is, they have to have some type of music or some type of sound, because if you do it like that, you're going to pay for it. The same way when in a relationship, the way you start out with a man or a woman is usually the way you're going to have to end up with them. Because if you've been catering and kissing butt and doing this and doing all that to get it, that man or that woman going to really, especially these men, these man hungry women, They do all this to get a man to notice them. And still, nigga won't even take your house key to show you that you are a loser. But a man shouldn't validate you if you know who you are. But there's a lot of hit dogs that, they hear what I say. They get to hollering and shit, barking and shit. Bitches lose me. Y'all some motherfucking ankle biters. I'm a motherfucking pit bull in a mini skirt. And you a motherfucking puppy whose eyes ain't open yet. Your eyes haven't even opened yet. You still going, trying to find your mama breasts. And a girl dog, how many breasts? It depends. Especially a big dog, she got 12 nipples. She usually had 12 puppies or less. And then she's starving, she eat them motherfuckers. But the point I'm trying to make, just to school some of you, if this is first time for you or you about to adopt, whether you man, woman, or whatever, remember, when you have newborns, don't have the house like music blasting like you at the club, but you have to have some type of noise. But you don't let your kids stay up all night and day. Because when it's time for them to start school, what you gonna do with them? Or what that babysitter gonna do with them? Or what the grandma, what's wrong with this boy's girl? Why they not? Because forget that. And if you working, your kid's gonna be on the schedule. If you going to school and working, or you just going to school, whatever, you taking care of your kid. If you live with your mama, but at home, like when you go home, mama take care of them. If you're blessed like that, if you can't afford to get your own place, and mama said, well, you can stay here, because you in school trying to get your degree and work. Like my mother used to say, I don't mind helping any of y'all if you're trying to help yourself. Thank God for having a good mother. Thank God for that. She was laid back, though. Sort of passive aggressive. I used to be like that, too. Passive aggressive. And then when I should cuss your ass out, I don't do it. And then, not nowadays. I just get it off my mind. It ain't about cussing nobody out. That don't make you better than to make you big bad wolf because you can cuss. Just like my mama said, using profanity just means you got an empty ass head, in other words. And she didn't use profanity. But her point she was making, if you have to use words, if you can't get your point across without using, profanity, then it just indicates you have an empty head and a limited vocabulary. You should be able to sit down and reason with some people, though. You can't even sit down and reason with them because they're mentally ill and they're off their medication, they're off their rockers, or they need medication because they got so fucked up as a child, so fucked up. They've been anally penetrated, vaginally, all kind of stuff. And a lot of people have issues, and that's why there's an overcrowding in the penal system because of bad parenting skills. There's no such thing as a perfect parent. Kids don't come with a manual where you can look it up. But there are books, but still, there's nothing like hand-on experience with nieces and nephews or your mother or your grandmother or how they brought you up. And if they weren't beating the shit out of you or molesting you, consider yourself blessed. And you say, well, I remember, let's say your mother died and she was always working in grandma. Because grandmas, they don't make grandmas like they used to. Because I said it so many times, but they don't. Some of you been raised by grandmother, but it's sad if the mama fucked up, or the son, or the couple, maybe it could be your daughter-in-law and your son, they messed up on drugs, and they just crazy as fuck, and then you gain custody. But when the grandma get custody, you they saving grace if they messed up. And it's sad to hear, I know some grandmothers are so selfish, they make their kids pay them for babysitting. That same little girl, that same little boy, or them same little kids might be the one that have to hand you a glass of water at the end of the day when you getting old up in age. Your kids could be dead or don't mess with you. But if the grandkids got a good memory and got love for you, they'll turn heaven and hell over for you. And that's real talk. Not because I said it, because I've seen it. Thank God I ain't have to experience that, but I've seen it. Oh, and to the bitch that got a black candle, bitch, put my picture under that motherfucker. Tell the rest of them bitches too. Because guess what? It's a lot of bitches, from what I hear through the grapevine, it's been some candles almost tall as me, motherfuckers burning on you. That's why you so crazy and lunatic. Subliminal. Catch that bitch. Hi bitch. Hi bitch. Hi bitch. trying to reinvent your motherfucking self. That shit ain't gonna go away, ho. Everybody know you a crazy bitch. They call me a crazy bitch. Shit, how the fuck I'm gonna get mad about something I put out on my own self? And you did live streamings with this shit. I got the motherfucking videos. I didn't ask for that shit. Motherfucker sent me that shit. What the fuck you sending me this shit for? I don't even know this person. But it proved a point. While you over there protecting or defending, this is what you're defending. Incompetent that you shouldn't even trust your dog with, your goldfish with, your parakeet with. Shit, Madam Black ass with her dead birds shouldn't trust you with her dead ass birds with. Now get mad about that, bitch. Jump up and down in the floor and get mad and shit and piss on yourself. Just make sure you clean it up so you might wake up with your disoriented ass talking about you woke up. Bitch, you ain't went to sleep. Bitch, you lurking just like that motherfucking monkey lurking from room to room. As soon as that notification go off, your motherfucking eyes is scanning to and fro. Like you a godhead over the world, like you the creator. Eyes going to and fro. Who are they talking about me? And then you contradict. You know what? I want to look up the definition of contradiction. A contradictory motherfucker. Or a bitch. Whoever it applied to, made a shoe fit. Since motherfuckers is looking and listening, I got your attention. Okay. And bitches don't know what they shouldn't have did today. And that's all I got to say. Oh, yeah. The element of surprise is a motherfucker. I can tell you that much. Define hypocritical.
Hypocritical, behaving in a way that suggests one has higher standards or more noble beliefs than is the case.
That's all you got to say, Google. Define hypocritical.
Hypocritical, behaving in a way that suggests one has higher standards or more noble beliefs than is the case.
Okay. One more time for the idiot savant this bitch is. Now, if she's an idiot savant, that means she'll be intelligent. I can't even put her in that class because she's an idiot bitch. A stupid bitch. Define hypocritical.
Hypocritical, behaving in a way that suggests one has higher standards or more noble beliefs than is the case.
Define delusional.
Delusional, characterized by or holding idiosyncratic beliefs or impressions that are contradicted by reality or rational argument, typically as a symptom of mental disorder.
Define delusional.
Delusional, characterized by or holding idiosyncratic beliefs or impressions that are contradicted by reality or rational argument, typically as a symptom of mental disorder.
Let's do that one more time for the ignorant bitches, which his dog's gonna holler. Define delusional.
Delusional, characterized by or holding idiosyncratic beliefs or impressions that are contradicted by reality or rational argument, typically as a symptom of mental disorder.
Define money scammers.
According to Business Dictionary, a fraudulent scheme performed by a dishonest individual, group, or company in an attempt to obtain money or something else of value.
Define money scammers.
According to your dictionary, the definition of a scam is slang for a fake scheme to steal money or goods.
Define mental illness or PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder.
According to Mayo Clinic, post-traumatic stress disorder is a mental health condition that's triggered by a terrifying event, either experiencing it or witnessing it. Symptoms may include flashbacks, nightmares, and severe anxiety, as well as uncontrollable thoughts about the event.
Define a liar.
Liar, a person who tells lies.
Damn, that's all you gotta say about that Google. Google said it is what it is. It's a bitch that lie. That's it. Define the reasons a human would lie. Google, I outsmarted you on that one. Okay. Define low self-esteem.
According to UC Davis Health, a person with low self-esteem feels unworthy, incapable, and incompetent. In fact, because the person with low self-esteem feels so poorly about him or herself, these feelings may actually cause the person's continued low self-esteem.
Defined in an individual that tries to reinvent themselves to appear godly-like. That was probably it wasn't right. Defined. Oh shit. Okay. Wait, Google. Don't define shit.
Offset, a consideration or amount that diminishes or balances the effect of a contrary one.
Oh, well shit, it just did that for me. I wasn't answering for offset. Okay, do that again, Google, you smart bitch. Define offset.
Offset, a consideration or amount that diminishes or balances the effect of a contrary one.
Define a person that's very naive.
According to dictionary.com, having or showing unaffected simplicity of nature or absence of artificiality, unsophisticated, ingenuous. 2. Having or showing a lack of experience, judgment, or information, credulous. She's so naive she believes everything she reads. He has a very naive attitude toward politics.
Damn, Google, you know her too? Shit. you do that again, Google. You sound like you're talking about that bitch I'm talking about. Define a naive person.
According to dictionary.com, having or showing unaffected simplicity of nature or absence of artificiality, unsophisticated, ingenuous.
Define the symptoms of a person who has been sexually abused as a child. Google said it was a little bit too much too heavy for them to deal with. Okay. Define a narcissistic person.
Here's a summary from Psychology Today. The hallmarks of narcissistic personality disorder are grandiosity, a lack of empathy for other people, and a need for admiration. Individuals with NPD seek excessive admiration and attention in order to know that others think highly of them.
Define slander.
Slander, the action or crime of making a false spoken statement damaging to a person's reputation.
Define the reasons that humans lie. Oh, okay. Define jealousy.
Jealousy, the state or feeling of being jealous.
That's all? Define celibacy.
Celibacy, the state of abstaining from marriage and sexual relations.
You said marriage? That was funny. Okay. Define delusions of grandeur.
Delusions of grandeur, a false impression of one's own importance.
Can you speak that on? Define a person with delusions of grandeur.
Delusions of grandeur, a false impression of one's own importance.
Define a person who is a legend in their own mind.
Here's a summary from Idioms and Phrases, the Free Dictionary. A legend in own mind. A person who affects or believes that they are of greater importance or notoriety than is actually the case. A humorous, ironic twist on the phrase a legend in one's own lifetime. She's a regular legend in her own mind.
Do you know who I know? Okay. Define a mentally ill woman. That was just probably okay. Let me see. Because I'm going to let Google do the talking for me tonight. Let's see. At least on this video. Because the bitch is listening. The bitch is listening. Define what happens to a human when they get off of their psychotropic drugs. They're prescribed by a psychiatrist. Okay. When are psychotropic drugs prescribed to a person? And by whom are they prescribed? By. Too long of a sentence. Describe a psycho.
According to vocabulary.com, psycho is a slang term for someone who is mentally unstable or afflicted with a psychosis. Your best friend risks looking like a psycho if she keeps stalking her ex-boyfriend months after their breakup. Psycho comes from the Greek word psycho, which means mental.
Now that was good. It said stalking. Okay. Describe a sociopath.
According to R. Preston McAfee, antisocial personality disorder is characterized by a lack of regard for the moral or legal standards in the local culture. There is a marked inability to get along with others or abide by societal rules. Individuals with this disorder are sometimes called psychopaths or sociopaths. Diagnostic criteria.
Okay. Describe the symptoms of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder.
According to Mayo Clinic, symptoms may include flashbacks, nightmares, and severe anxiety, as well as uncontrollable thoughts about the event.
Define a person that talks to a person that's not there. Preferably, she talked to a person in a live stream, a troll, but it's not the person who they're talking to. I know they're not going to answer that. Okay, let's do it like this. I was just being catty and, sarcastic. Define a person who can't see the forest for the trees.
According to dictionary.com, an expression used of someone who is too involved in the details of a problem to look at the situation as a whole. The congressman became so involved in the wording of his bill that he couldn't see the forest for the trees. He did not realize that the bill could never pass.
Define why would a person scam people for money? I already asked to scam it, but I wanted to rephrase it. Okay. Describe psychopathic behavior.
According to Wikipedia, psychopathy, sometimes considered synonymous with sociopathy, is traditionally defined as a personality disorder characterized by persistent antisocial behavior, impaired empathy and remorse, and bold, disinhibited, egotistical traits.
So once again, Google, what I would like to ask you again. Describe hallucinations.
According to MedicineNet, an hallucination may be a sensory experience in which a person can see, hear, smell, taste, or feel something that is not there. The types of hallucinations include: an auditory hallucination is an hallucination involving the sense of hearing.
Describe a woman who indicates she has a spiritual baby in her stomach, but there is no baby. Okay, I know the clinical term. Describe a hysterical pregnancy.
According to Wikipedia, false pregnancy, phantom pregnancy, or hysterical pregnancy, officially called pseudocyesis in humans and pseudopregnancy in other mammals, is the appearance of clinical or subclinical signs and symptoms associated with pregnancy when the organism is not actually pregnant.
Why would a person tell a lie on another person when they're... No. Forget that. Hope it don't even answer. Oh, okay, it didn't. Good. Define deflecting, Google. Define projection.
Projection, an estimate or forecast of a future situation or trend based on a study of present ones.
Define humans that mentally project onto others.
According to Wikipedia, psychological projection is a theory in psychology in which humans defend themselves against their own unconscious impulses or qualities by denying their existence in themselves while attributing them to others.
Very interesting, Google. Proud of you, girl. Define subliminal messages. Define subliminal.
Subliminal, of a stimulus or mental process below the threshold of sensation or consciousness, perceived by or affecting someone's mind without their being aware of it.
Okay. I see you, baby doll. They hit me up on Google. I'm gonna get back with you after I do this video. I saw a little bit what you said, but I ain't gonna put you out there. I'm gonna get back with you in just a few. Just give me a little bit when I tie up this video. Trying to get my point across. I'm gonna let Google do the talking as I type, or as I talk to Google. Let's see what else I want to ask Google. Are there more female sexual predators than male sexual predators? Okay. What is the importance of talking to an infant?
Here's a summary from WebMD. Her young brain is soaking up the sounds, tones, and language she'll use to say her first words. You play a big role. Children who have parents who talk to them often tend to form stronger language and conversational skills than kids who don't. It's baby talk, and it can fuel your child's language development.
Define cohesiveness.
Cohesiveness, the quality of forming a united whole.
That's it? Okay. Define unequal. Wait.
Define, state, or describe exactly the nature, scope, or meaning of.
Okay, that's good. Because you didn't. I didn't need that answer, but thank you. Define hypocritical nature.
Hypocritical, behaving in a way that suggests one has higher standards or more noble beliefs than is the case.
Even though I already asked Google that, but I just wanted to get that across again. Okay, yeah, I need this cord right here. Alrighty. Define symptoms of a mentally ill human.
Here's a summary from Mayo Clinic. Mental illness symptoms can affect the emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. Examples of signs and symptoms include confused thinking or reduced ability to concentrate, excessive fears or worries, or extreme feelings of guilt, extreme mood changes of highs and lows.
Define paranoia.
Paranoia, a mental condition characterized by delusions of persecution, unwarranted jealousy, or exaggerated self-importance, typically elaborated into an organized system. It may be an aspect of chronic personality disorder, of drug abuse, or of a serious condition such as schizophrenia in which the person loses touch with reality.
Such as addressing trolls in a room that aren't there, or talking to people in prison that don't even care about you, never did. When you pack up and took your children there, and it's like, I don't fuck with you, stupid ass long titty droopy bitch. I don't fuck with you. And that's in other words what they really were saying. And you're not the reason they're in prison. They're getting out very soon. Define a fake witch practitioner. Okay. Define a person with very, very low intelligence. Okay. Define low intelligence in a human.
Here's a summary from Wikipedia. Human intelligence is the intellectual prowess of humans, which is marked by complex cognitive feats and high levels of motivation and self-awareness. Note that the definition and characteristics of human intelligence are interpreted differently by individuals depending on their culture.
Define a person can see fault finding in others but not themselves, when actually they are really the one. Define fault finding. That's untrue. Define fault finding.
Fault finding, continual criticism, typically concerning trivial things.
Well, there you have it, people. Now, a hit dog is going to holler. That's to be expected. You're too easy to play with. I toy with your mind anytime I get ready. And I suggest you get the best, get some black candles made out of beeswax. Put my picture under it as many times as you like. And make the best woman win in this game that we call YouTube Street, aka YouTube Life, aka Real World, aka I don't fuck with you like that, never have, aka and kiss my ass, bitch.